Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 145 of Millennial Movie Talk. I am your host, Alex Lamb. Joined with me, Michael Herman. There he is.
Hello.
Brayden, you're in the corner. There we go.
Oh, I'm down here. Hello.
And then we have Christian right under me.
Hello.
How are we, everyone?
Good.
Very good.
Good.
Very good.
Good.
And your pointing made no sense from my perspective.
No, neither.
Nothing to me.
But I appreciate it.
But it will for the audience.
I appreciate the energy.
They're the
energy.
only people who matter.
Guys, we're going to bring high energy because of Zoom episodes normally.
Exactly.
Get some
COVID's
star
bringing us
jumps in.
down.
Just
Michael,
pumped.
Michael, come on, do a lap, and then get
do
the
a
energy
lap.
up.
Let's
Do a
go.
lap.
Oh no! Oh no!
Christian-
Oh, he's gone. He's doing a lap.
Christian, I assume you're also doing a lap, but we can't
Yes,
see you.
just did a lap, Alex.
Yeah,
Can
beautiful.
confirm.
And
Goddamn.
and I've already got all my energy, so no laps needed here.
Perfect.
I've already asked how you all are. So I'm just gonna, what have we been up to?
Not
I
a
mean,
whole lot.
It's like I only just looked at my calendar and I was like, oh shit, uni's back next week, so
My
I'm
uni
gonna
started last night.
enjoy some free time. Oh really?
Mhm.
Back a
Week
week
0.
early.
Week
Ooh,
0 for
yucky.
one of my courses.
That's
So,
fun.
hey, part-time external now, so 2 courses left and then we're done.
Exciting.
Very
exciting.
nice.
Oh.
Very nice. 3 of my 4 courses this semester are sociology, so that's going to be a lot.
Very nice.
One of them,
and it's an election season, so that's fun too.
Mm.
Good.
I've just been working and keeping up to date with the latest Russian aggression of the day.
got heated today, didn't it? It got heated today, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Have you been on top of this, Choppy, too?
Yeah, it's scary, so you got to keep on top of it.
What's
Yep,
been
you
happening?
got
What
it.
happened today? What was the news from today?
So essentially, Russia has now recognized some separatist regions as
yeah, I did
independent
see that
nations.
one. Yeah, I did
Which
see that.
Ukraine has previously stated it will not stand for. So
Well,
Russian troops have moved into those areas. So there is now Ukrainian sovereign territory occupied by Russian forces. And yeah, that's today.
That's
Yeah,
today.
that's today.
Biden's still planning a meeting up with old Vlad.
Old Vladimir Harkonnen.
Yeah, Harkonnen
Putin,
might as well
Putin.
be. Spice.
Same guy, sorry.
Oh, that's
I
good.
imagine Putin in the oil bath like in June.
Oh, don't imagine that. Oh my god.
Floating. Oh god, we like June.
Is Arrakis the Ukraine?
God.
No, too deep. Too deep.
Stop.
Pull
Really?
out before it's too late.
You're making it too real now.
Okay. So movies. Enough
Movies.
of world politics.
Not world politics, breaking world news.
Brayden, you saw a brand new movie this week.
I did see a brand new movie this week. It's based on a video game series. And
Hang on. Is it?
no, it's super duper duper not. So I went and saw Uncharted, starring your good friends Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg, and Antonio Banderas.
I hear Antonio is the best part of the film. And
He's brilliant. He's really, really good as a villain. I love him as a villain.
but from everything I've heard, it's just not Uncharted. It might as well be National Treasure and The Mummy.
So that is the thing. If you were going into this movie, like I went into this movie going, okay, this is like Uncharted. They're not advertised. This isn't a film for the people who love the Uncharted video games. They're not trying to adapt the video games. They're just trying to use Uncharted as a structure to
You're pissing off a fan
present an
base.
Indiana Jones.
It's a great
Would you
way
say
to piss
they're
off
also
a fan
trying to-
base.
Would you reckon they're trying to draw more people into the games by naming a movie Uncharted? And
Basically,
then just taking
basically,
the character names of the main 2 people.
Who's serving who here? Is the game serving the movie or is the movie serving the game?
So basically, the movie gets.
They're
to
both
cherry
serving
pick-
Sony.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They have a beautiful new Marvel title card sequence at the start, which is
For
really nice.
PlayStation?
Yeah, for PlayStation, it's really cool.
So we're planning on making more PlayStation movies?
I hope not.
We're gonna get a Ghost of Tsushima film
Horizon.
set.
You're gonna
set
get a
in
Horizon movie.
fucking set in Viking times. Are we? Is this what's gonna happen next?
I wouldn't mind a
Alex-
Ghost of Tsushima film.
I shit you not, they are doing a Ghost of Tsushima movie. That's
Are they?
actually like that's a
Oh,
that is a thing.
yes.
That is an actual thing that they're talking about doing. Like that's not a joke. I can't
awesome.
believe you stumbled
So this is
across
then
that.
followed by the God of War movie, the
A
Horizon.
Last of Us
movie.
TV show.
Yeah, they are
Last of Us
doing the
TV
Last of Us show.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
Um,
mixed feelings.
Yep. We had a Ratchet and Clank movie.
We did.
I
That's
still
tied
never
into the
watched
new
it.
game.
Ah,
No,
that
it was
happened?
just
That did happen.
that. It was just the game. It was just the game. It was like the cutscenes of the game. It was weird.
Stallone
But
was in
yeah,
it.
yeah. Yep, you're not wrong.
Odd.
But no, Uncharted, I legitimately like going into it with the thought process of this is just an Indiana Jones type. I'm not thinking about it in regards to the game. I really enjoyed it. It's really fun. It's an Indiana Jones National Treasure type. It's action adventure.
Was Mark
like-
Wahlberg good?
Mark Wahlberg
Is he
actually
Sully, bro?
surprised me.
Is he Sully?
So he's not Sully until the very end of the movie. Like that's not a spoiler. Like he starts off and it's like this is just Mark Wahlberg. But then slowly throughout the movie, you like get like characterization where it's like, okay, that's more Sully, like from the game. Like he's like an old dude who's like, I can't do this. I'm too old for this shit. Like
Just everything I've heard from the movie is that Mark Wahlberg is like he's not Sully at all. He's just got the name.
no,
I
he's
saw
super duper
something.
not.
I can't remember if it was this morning or not, but I saw something and it was just like this long list of people that were being considered for Sully. And I think every single other person fits the character more than Mark Wahlberg.
You know,
Mm.
this movie's been in development for so long that Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg was meant to be Nathan Drake. And then he
Oh.
got cast as Sully. That's how
That's
long
rough.
that's how long
Interesting.
Uncharted's been in development for. And it's also the
Goddamn.
director of Venom. So
Is it?
Oh.
yeah, Ruben Fleischer.
Actually, yeah, I
director,
can see that.
director of Zombieland and Venom.
Right. Yeah, I
One
can
of
see
those
that. I
movies
mean,
better
like,
than the other.
like this is
Love Venom.
this is a film where like
No.
it has like a small handful of like big action set pieces, one of which being the airplane sequence that they plucked straight out of Uncharted 3. And like those are really fun. And they very much feel like the game, but like the final bonkers sequence is just completely crazy and
Oh,
ridiculous.
it's been
and
spoiled
just-
in the trailers, Brayden.
Oh,
It's in
has
the
it?
trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, the ships
the-
on the helicopters. The
Yeah, the
helicopter
helicopter pirate ships. Helicopter
Yeah,
pirate
that-
ships. And
that's
it's just a
spoiled in
Pirates
the
of the
trailer.
Caribbean battle in the air. It's
Oh, Lord.
crazy.
Wonderful.
But I actually had quite a fun time. There's a moment in there that made me like throw my hands in the air with like yes. But that's just a fun little reference that 99.9% of the viewers of this movie will not care or give a shit about. So that's just one for the gamers, I guess.
I'm
They have
excited
to
to,
give
see
something.
it. I'm excited to see it on my TV.
Yeah. Well, I went to the drive-in before it closed. So
I saw Scream at the drive-in before it closed. That was a big tick.
Ooh, that would have been good.
Oh,
Mm.
That'd be
We
very
had to
good.
wait. It was meant to start at 11, and we had to wait until 12:30 for the movie to start because a lot of people came out to go see the Addams Family 2 that was on before it, and it took legit 45 minutes for them to clear everyone out of that film.
Wow.
And then so the
damn.
lineup. So the lineup to get into, we went to Scream and they were doing a double that night. It was Addams Family and Scream. So wanted to go see Scream, and we got there half an hour before the movie was meant to start to line up and everything. And the line was going out and around that corner of the drive, all the
Oh
way
my
back up to the
God.
exit of the drive-in. And I had work at 8:00 the next morning, and the movie didn't start until 12:30.
Oof. Jesus.
that's a big
So-
lift.
I actually
Do you
heard
reckon-
about this from some other friends that were waiting
Yeah?
in line also. Yeah.
For Scream?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. So yeah, I reckon the drive-in are pissed off. There's like, where was all this?
Yeah,
Where's all
probably.
this
That's
whole
what I was
time?
thinking. They might just stay open.
They should.
I
They should do that ploy that like every there's like the rug clearance, or it's always closing
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
good call.
Closing down sale.
No.
Honest to God, they should have just done it as like this is going to be our last summer season. We've been struggling financially. Come out to the drive-in. We might be closing. And then they get all this uproarious support, and then they can be like, we're going to do another summer season.
I'm pretty sure this
Like,
week's the last
do
week.
it
I'm pretty sure it
non-stop.
closes this week.
I think it is, yeah. I think
So,
they're showing Greece.
And it's everything sold out.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, we have to buy tickets like days in advance.
Yeah, So, yeah, the drive. So
I think they've already sold the land though, because that land would be worth a fair chunk.
It's in a decent spot because you're on the corner of two main roads.
Yeah, some big company.
But I'm also wondering, was it like, did Wallace pull their contract with the owners of the drive-in? So maybe that's why.
Maybe, yeah.
So
it might not even be like the actual owners. It might have been Wallace.
Yeah, Wallace.
They still play.
We don't find this financially viable anymore to keep going. So
yeah, they still play the Merry Melodies cartoons beforehand.
Yeah, they played Looney Tunes in that before Scream, which I thought was interesting.
It was really fun.
Speaking of Looney Tunes,
yes. Oh my God, yes.
We let's just get on to the next part. Classic
callouts.
My God,
was that closer?
Nowhere near.
No, I tried to go a little bit earlier to try and catch it.
Not even. You were saying it as I was finishing saying it.
Okay, sure.
We'll get there one day.
This is another comedy this week. What did we do last week? Was it a comedy? No, Psycho. No.
Known comedy, Psycho.
Known comedy, Psycho. This week we had the Mel Brooks film Blazing Saddles.
From 1974.
It's an old one.
Starring the wonderful Gene Wilder. And this was not a movie that I was ready for.
Nope.
I didn't even realize it was a comedy until I searched it up to see where I had to watch it, and I was like, wait, huh? And I saw it was hour and a half. I was like, that's short. And then looked down a little bit further as comedy. I was like, not what I was expecting. I was expecting full Western drama.
So going into this movie, I got home. Well, I got home from MMT. We'd recorded it, and I went out and I was like, hey, do you guys know this movie, Blazing Saddles? It's our next classic callouts movie. And my dad went, oh, the baked bean scene. And he was like, you need to go over to Pa's house to watch it with him because he has it on Blu-ray because it's one of his favorite movies of all time. And I was like, okay, I have no idea what to expect of this movie in that case. And I went over and I sat next to my Pa and I watched it. And within the first 2 lines, they dropped 2 racial slurs. And I was like, I don't know what to expect from this movie.
And your Pa just clapped. And he was...
No, so straight up, my nan had never seen the movie. She sat down to watch it with us. And my Pa, straight away was like, ooh. Even he was like, oh, that's rough to watch nowadays. And then my nan, just every single time they dropped it, was just like, oh my God. It was, and within the first 2 lines when they dropped 2 racial slurs, I was like, oh, I'm Googling to see what this movie's about because I don't know if I'm ready for this. And then when I looked it up, I was like, oh, okay. Richard Pryor writing it and all this stuff. It's making fun of racism. I'm like, okay, I'm bored.
Yeah.
It's
a fourth wall breaking absurdist Western parody.
It's the best way I can describe to I was saying before, it's like American Monty Python to a degree.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see
that was very accurate.
So obviously worse, but still funny.
Yeah, I didn't actually catch Blazing Saddles this week, but am I to assume the racial slurs you speak of are N-bombs?
And another one for an Asian.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of N-bombs.
And written by Richard Pryor.
Yeah. So Richard Pryor is one of the writers on this team. And basically Mel Brooks was directing. I read all this as I was watching the movie because I was like, I need to understand the context. So Richard Pryor was on the writing team, and it's they use racism as a joke, basically being like, these racists are so stupid and dumb. And that's a major plot point of the entire film. Okay. And Mel Brooks was like,
the racists are goofy cartoon characters.
Kind of, yeah. They're completely done up as these stupid cartoonish idiots. And Mel Brooks was like, I don't know about using all these racial slurs in the movie. There's so many. And Richard Pryor was just like, nah, dude, it's all right. Like, it's the bad guys saying it. So like, I'm like, it's fine. And
So
like,
this is-
it's kind of like if you think about it in the context of like, they use it so much, but like when you watch something like Black Klansman and like you have the KKK members dropping it, like it's the same context.
Yeah.
So, but it's a parody comedy.
No,
It's
It's
wild.
service too.
this was
It's-
definitely one of the Andy approved
Very.
movies.
Isn't Andy approved one?
This was an Andy approved one because I was like, I can't exactly when I started watching it because I remember him talking about Richard Pryor and I was like, and dad was saying like how the sheriff was meant to be an African American person. Like, and I'm fairly sure he was like Richard Pryor was meant to play him, but then I can't exactly remember why dad said it didn't end up going through. Was he because he was a big alcoholic or something along those lines?
Yeah. Basically, Warner Brothers were like, we don't trust Richard Pryor to turn up a set every day.
Yeah.
he would just be so inconsistent.
Yeah. But like dad was he was going on about this movie for a while. This was the one of the that's a movie.
That's a movie. That's not a knife.
It's certainly a movie.
It was like
It was funny, man.
It caught me laughing so many times. It was so quick and witty with some of them. Like there was the ones we were talking about like early on when he arrives into the town and he like everyone pulls a gun on him. So he pulls one on himself and he's like, any sudden movements and I'll kill him. Like
it's just there were so many moments. Like it catches
like,
you
even
so off guard.
My
Constantly.
favorite one was Gene Wilder one where he goes, see this? It's just like, yeah, wow, your hand's so steady. He goes, yeah, but this is the one I shoot with.
Yeah. And then
it's so good.
There's the Jesse Owens one. Is like for my next trick or my next
God.
impersonation, Jesse Owens and runs away.
It sprints off.
Like,
Oh
it's
my
just so
God.
good. I never realized that the scene where they get the KKK uniforms was from this movie because I'd seen that one and it's like look what I got.
Oh my God.
I
Where the
just
white
had,
women
Have
at?
a nice day on the back and
I've just seen the beans scene, and just when I realized what the scene was, just the way they're in a circle and just taking their intermittent like turns. Okay, it's funny. It's funny.
Like I think the first joke, like the first thing early on that caught me, like other than the slurs, was them being like, "Oh, like sing a song," and they just break out into this like really smooth, like modern jazz, and it was just like, "What is going
Like
on?"
a
That was
cappella
the first
jazz.
like fourth wall break, and like it also
like you almost expected one of them to pull out a harmonica to tune them before they start singing.
And then it like that instantly sets up the whole idea of like these guys are so cool and modern, and then these guys are such like hicks who are like idiots and like singing Yankee Doodle Day or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
they're still meant to they're still thinking that because he says something about like, oh, when you guys were all slaves, like you used to sing songs all the time, like all that sort of thing. But like right from the get go, you can tell it's just like he's not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yeah, not all. Oh, his big fake teeth. Oh, he was horrendous.
Dude, the scene where they're talking to the executioner every time he comes out the window, and he's like first you talk to him, he's just like this idiot old school medieval like executioner, and then
like knight armor.
And then next time he puts his head out, he's hanging a guy in a wheelchair, and then next guy he's got a man on a horse, and he's got a noose both around the man and the horse.
So good.
So
that was
funny.
like the first thing that made me laugh out loud because it was that pure absurdity that just catches you so off guard.
Yeah,
and there's so much of it.
I love when you first got to meet they're having like the big board meeting and they've got the paddles with the thing, and the governor's just like, why do I always get the warp one? Because you just can't do it.
Just can't do it at all.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
Yeah, it was wild, and like the end of the movie is just an entire experience.
Oh, it took me so off guard.
Yeah, I
loved it
because it was only like slightly early. He drops a joke about getting an Academy Award for supporting actor.
And
the next thing you know, like they're having a fight, and then they're having a big fight. And the next thing you know, they're in Hollywood. Like,
I'm working for Mel Brooks. Bam.
Yeah,
it's just. Oh, I loved it. I loved all the fourth wall breaking.
It kind of just like reminded me. It definitely reminded me at that point of Monty Python, the end of Holy Grail, where the police come and just arrest them all at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
it
Or
reminded me of.
even in the credits as it zooms out, like they get off the horse and like they get
They
in
get into
they get in the car.
Oh my god!
They
I
take the
died.
horses to the car and they just get like their chauffeur comes out, gets them in the car, and they drive.
Horse wrangler comes over and takes the Hollywood horses away.
that
Oh my
also
god!
that reminds me of the end of Holy Grail as well.
Yeah,
Like we just did the cars rocking up and everything.
I'm excited to add more Mel Brooks movies now to the thing.
Yeah.
Like we've
the
got Young
amount of
Frankenstein.
Horse stunts. Like, how do
That
you
were
teach
fake
a horse
horses?
to act like
Did
it's
you see-
been punched? Oh my god, the fake horse.
I've seen
so
Young
funny.
Frankenstein,
Oh, have
by
you?
the way. Yeah.
Oh, Christian.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Dude, I would
Letting
love
us
to
down.
put the other
The-
Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor movies, like See No Evil,
The
Hear No Evil.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
Oh,
them.
the
Brilliant.
explosion with the fake horses flying in the air.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh
my favorite was
God.
when they just like they lifted the horse and it's clearly just a fake horse.
That got me. That was good.
I had to keep laughing. Obviously, you had the priest, and every inappropriate time is when he started trying to like preach and do like a little sermon. Like,
Yeah.
do you reckon you can
Oh,
hit the dynamite from here? Taking his aim, and then the next thing you know,
Yeah.
priest is going.
It was a wild ride, and I'm glad
Honestly,
I
like,
googled the context beforehand. Like,
it
or,
held
like, at
up.
the start, 'cause I
Like,
enjoyed
it
it.
held up incredibly well from being like mid 70s.
It's funny.
Yeah, it looked great. It looked
Mm.
great. And I liked. Yeah, it was just bonkers. And yeah, it was very much like I really enjoy Flying High and Airplane, and that was in 1980. So this was like 6 years after. Oh, this was 6 years before, I should say. And like it's that exact same like absurdist comedy, and I didn't realize it was something that I really enjoyed.
No. What did we all give it?
I gave it either in between 3.5 and a 4.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I'm probably on a 4 because I enjoyed it a fair amount.
yeah. Upon reflecting on it, I was like, oh, do I give it a 4 or do I give it a 3.5? Because like there were periods where I was like, oh, a joke hasn't landed for me personally in a little while, but then like something else completely ridiculous would happen and it would catch me so off guard that I would just break out laughing. So, and like the way it handles racism is really interesting. I think the main thing that I thought hadn't aged well was like rape jokes.
Yeah, that one where
didn't like that.
they're doing the tryouts, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, you said rape twice." He goes, "Yeah, I like rape."
Yeah, I was just like, you see, the racism like that you're poking fun at works, but like rape's
Because
not funny.
it's like, yeah, it works, and especially because it's been written by like people who are
by Richard Pryor and
stuff.
like
everything.
But like, yeah, especially after watching all this American crime shit, you're just like, oh, this is real people hurting.
Yeah.
I think that well, we got to spin the wheel, but we'll lead into that after this. Wheel time.
All right.
Wheel boy. Here
Got
we
the
go.
wheel here. And I'm spinning the wheel now.
Spin that wheel.
Oh, it's spinning. I get sad every week. It's the French Connection.
The French Connection.
Okay.
It's a connection that's French, guys.
The
French Connection.
1971.
Clothing company.
Gene Hackman and Roy Schneider. Okay.
Okay.
Gene Hackman,
it's a buddy cop movie, looks like.
Ooh, okay. A pair of NYPD detectives in the Narcotics Bureau stumble onto a heroin smuggling ring based in okay. Anyway, it's a buddy cop film, Chris. You're right.
It's an hour 40, 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
On Disney Plus. Okay.
It's got a 94
Exciting.
Metacritic, so it's in the the green.
Yeah, damn.
And this one was not nominated for any. Oh, it won 5 Oscars. I was about to say. Oh, Jesus Christ! It won Best Picture, Actor, Director, Best Writing, Best Editing.
Wow.
Okay.
Can we talk about Blazing
He got
Saddles?
a lot of awards, like all around. Like he got quite a few Golden Globes.
The director made
wild.
the Exorcist, the original one.
Okay.
Damn.
Oh, really?
All right. I haven't seen The Exorcist. Wait, has anyone here seen The Exorcist?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Oh, thank God. I'm so happy to hear you say that, Chris.
It's the old one with the like special effects, not CGI, of her head turning around and stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Okay.
I don't want to see it.
All right. Well,
I'm not seeing any other big movies on this guy.
No.
Rules of Engagement. Is that
a movie or a TV show?
okay? No, that's
like
not what I was
TV
thinking
show.
it was. It's a crappy war
David
movie.
Spade,
It looks like
the David Spade show.
yeah. That's the one.
Roy Snyder and Gene Hackman. I like Roy Snyder. He was the main guy in Jaws.
he has not made like
Oh,
anything
yeah.
of note
Other
other than The Exorcist and this.
Well, I'm excited to watch this. I like Gene Hackman. He was great as Lex Luthor in the OG Supermans.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah. Well, speaking of cops and crime and stuff,
And just bad shit.
And bad shit, boy howdy did I go on a rabbit hole this week. So I started with Big Daddy, and and I worked my way to American Murder Family Next Door.
Wowzers, that is a walk.
Nah, so I watched a lot of the Netflix produced murder documentary limited series this week. So all your big ones. So Don't Fuck with Cats. I want to watch The Staircase, but that's 13 episodes. Too long.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, I already seen Evil Genius, but the Netflix did one about Amanda Knox, which probably I'll talk about the most because that's kind of like scary.
I'm interested in hearing about that one.
And then I watched what's it called? The Night Stalker, which is like awful and horrifying, and they do the right thing they keep you in the dark of who did it. Because like this happened in the 80s. He's one of the most famous ones. And like you a quick Google of the Night Stalker, and you're gonna find the guy's real name in his photo. But they kind of treat you like you're doing the investigation with them. So if you happen to not know, you find out at the end.
Okay.
And this was a case where I knew of the guy and I knew his face and I knew he was one of the biggest serial killers in America, but I did not know this was him. I only found out like when his face came up in episode 4, the final episode, I went, this guy. I was just like, so yeah, he was bad. He was bad shit, man. He was they got him on, I think, how many counts of murder did he confess to? He like enough that he was going to get the gas chamber, but sadly, because he should have rotted for longer, he died of cancer in 2013. So
oh wow,
I wish he rotted longer. He did things like sexual assault, break-ins, murders, child molestation. What he'd do is he'd break into a house, kidnap the child, go do things to them, and then just let them go. And it got to a part where they caught him and they were doing the investigation, like they were getting ready for all the court stuff. And the two main detectives met with one of the girls who happened to him, and she was so smart and so bright. Like they had a thing where they got in all of their known witnesses and victims, and they put this guy and 4 other guys in a lineup. And this 6-year-old girl put her hand up in the witness thing, and the detective's like, "Yes, sweetie." And she goes, "So do you want me to write the number 2 or the word 2 for like the guy on there?"
Oh my god!
Like they've got her. She's in the documentary too as an adult talking about everything, and like the detectives talk about. They're like, we went to a house and did a proper interview with her, and they kind of like, she was saying she'd go to court because she doesn't want, like, the little girl was talking about all this stuff, and one by one the detectives just started crying and left the room, and they all kind of got together in the kitchen and were like, we're not going to pursue any of the child molestation charges on this because he's got enough that he's going away for life just on the murder charges. We don't want these kids to go relive all this in court.
Oh,
we can't put them through it.
That's like some of the most horrible things is having to like drag kids into court for like some of that shit, and that's like relive pretty much everything they've just gone through.
So they didn't want to do that, so they had enough alone just to like charge him. So he's got confirmed over 15 plus victims, and his convictions were 13 counts of murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, 11 counts of sexual assault, and 14 counts of burglary. And so he was going away for the longest time, and his investigation is really interesting, where like he's just, because for most of the like 3 episodes, you're just hearing about him and like witnesses descriptions of him. He tall, slender man with rotted teeth, and like it just paints a picture, and it's horrifying. And the way he got captured was really interesting. So they released his photo. They said, this is the guy we're looking for. They released his photo and his name out to the public in Los Angeles. He went somewhere else for the weekend. He came back. He saw some cops around, and he did a runner, and he got on a bus, and someone had the newspaper on the bus, and they turned and looked at him, and then just yanked the bell to get off the bus, called the cops.
Wow.
He noticed this, and he just did a runner down the street and through streets. A Mexican community, they all saw him trying to carjack someone. They went, this is the guy. They all got together and just held him down. It was the community came down and stopped him. Like they caught him.
Good old citizens arrest.
Yeah, something like that. And like everyone's just like, you know what? It's so like fitting that the Los Angeles caught this guy.
Yeah,
the community got him.
Yeah.
So he's horrifying. I recommend to everyone to watch it because that was such a great, interesting documentary.
And it's important to know about.
Yeah. Don't fuck with cats. Brayden, you've seen it, right? Have you seen it?
I can't remember who saw it, but I think
I reckon it was you.
I thought it was ages ago.
Yeah,
I reckon I was you because then I watched the other one about, is that the evil genius one about the dude that had the bomb collar? Yeah. So I think you watched Don't Fuck with Cats and one other one, and then there was that one, and I watched that true thing off of.
That sounds right.
Don't Fuck with Cats is interesting because you're mainly getting everything from the point of view of the Facebook group that kind of got together and said, we're going to find this guy. And, yes, absolutely. If the cops listened to you, someone would not have died from this. You guys knew where he lived. You knew his name. You tried to warn him, but, they didn't take you seriously and someone died because of it.
Yeah.
When we get to the part of the documentary where the cops are now investigating the actual murder, they know who he is, they're tracking him through Europe, they're very much on the ball with this. It keeps cutting to the Facebook group going, well, we're tracking him, we're trying to find him. And I'm kind of going, they're like, hey guys, like, you've done it.
Yeah, you guys did your part.
You did your part. Your real cops are on this. They're doing the right thing. Like they're getting him. They've got all the technology. They're doing it, and they're doing a good job at it at the moment. You guys can take a back seat now, but it keeps cutting to the.
You guys helped.
You got it keeps cutting to an interview with them, and like, well, we're all on our computers. We're looking up all this stuff about him and everything.
Yeah,
and
trying to be vigilantes.
Not only does it keep cutting back to them in episode 4 about all that, but it keeps cutting back to the suspect's mum, like an interview with her, and she's just like, well, he's innocent. It was this other guy making him do all this stuff. Where if you took a second to think about what he kept claiming that this guy Manny was abusing him for years. He made him do the videos of the cats. He made him do everything. Like he was just a pawn under this guy called Manny, which later they found out that this guy was just reenacting Basic Instinct.
Oh wow.
Shit.
He's talking about.
That scared the crap out of me, man. Anyway, so like he's just reenacting Basic Instinct, and like even to the point with the murder video he filmed with the guy he was doing the same shit. He used the same murder weapon, killed him in the same ways in the movie. And so the Manny guy was a made-up person linked to that movie, and then the movie, the main lady who was a part of the group, she turns to the camera and she goes, maybe you should turn off the machine. And I was just like, no, I don't think I will turn off my machine because I'm not looking at illegal stuff. I'm happy going onto Facebook and Reddit and looking at funny memes and that, but like I don't look at cats being murdered or partake in any of that. So I think I'm just going to leave my machine on.
Yeah, I'm good on my corner of YouTube, watching gaming videos.
I like watching Among Us videos.
Minecraft YouTubers.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with my little setup I have going on at the moment. So yeah, now the most interesting one. I've listened to a true crime podcast of this case already, but this is the Amanda Knox story. Now, she was wrong. Have anyone heard of her at all?
No.
I've heard the name.
So her roommate, she's an American citizen, and her roommate she did an exchange course in Italy, and with a British roommate. They never met before. They just met. They got a house. They got an apartment together and everything. And a few weeks into that, her roommate was found dead, slit by the throat in her room. And for some reason, the police were hell bent that Amanda did this, to the point where they overlooked evidence to kind of accuse her. And like, so in America, if they think you're a suspect, they can only legally hold you for 24 or 48 hours.
Yeah.
In Italy, they can hold you for as long as they want.
Oh God.
They held her for 4 years in prison until she got her trial. And I don't know why this Italian prosecutor decided to be a part of this documentary. So the main guy trying to prove that she's guilty, he's got a big part in this documentary. So the main people talking to the camera and telling their story is Amanda herself, her boyfriend at the time, and Raffaello, and then the Italian prosecutor trying to prove her guilt. And man, he comes across as the biggest arrogant prick, because he keeps saying that I know I was right. She had something to do with it, where she was acquitted and she was extradited multiple times. It's to the point where she got acquitted, and then they tried the Supreme Court in Italy tried to bring her back up to keep her there longer. So like it's things that got him done. The main piece of evidence was a knife from a drawer that had Amanda's fingerprints on the handle, like that was a solid match, but then had DNA from the victim on the blade, but was a partial, like a weak match. It should have been ruled uncircumstantial, but it wasn't. And what they found out was when the Italian police went and searched all the apartment and all the evidence, they didn't change any of their gloves and their outfits. So they're going through the murder scene and then they're handling this evidence with a knife on it and stuff. So their gloves have all of the DNA from the crime. Like they're watching everything, and it's just like, oh, sons of bitches.
Wow.
So yeah, her story is like really sad, because she had her life essentially ruined because she was 20 and she got held in prison for 4 years. Oh my God. And like it's to the point, she got held in Italian prison.
Your entire early 20s in Italian prison
for 4 years. Her and her boyfriend, because they assumed that he had a part to play in it too. And like things that they tried to get her with. So they actually got a confession from her, because they locked her in a room, and then the two Italian police investigators were slapping her on the head saying, you've repressed these memories, you did it, you had something to do with it. They had a message on her phone that she sent to her employer, and her employer said that night, it was a message from that night, the message said from her employer, hey, we don't need you to come into work tonight. And she wrote, okay, all good, see you later. Like as an American term, saying like, oh, we'll see you later, doesn't mean you're actually meeting them later. But in Italy, the translation they took seriously to, you're meeting this person later to commit this murder. So they're telling her that she's got amnesia, they've got these repressed memories. They keep hitting her in this interrogation until she just like, I don't know, as anyone
like
would
snap. Like
she she started to believe it. She went, I must be like have amnesia, like and she just wanted it to be over.
There's a I think it was a bloody BuzzFeed Unsolved, one of the true crime ones, where they discuss a thing up in, I think it's in Norway or what's the other one up there? What's the one next to Norway? Sweden, yeah. It's either Norway or Sweden, and they have like such little crime there. And there was this unsolved missing persons or murder case. And they basically did the same thing, where it was a case of they basically just arrested these people and kept them in like solitary confinement until they snap.
So, like, and this is
horrid.
This is one where I will talk about journalists being scum as well. They took the news, they took all of this and just ran with it. They started they painted Amanda as this slut, this like this person who they told her in prison that she had HIV, and they asked her to write down a list of all the people she's ever been with.
Oh,
and if she used protection with them. And then they told her to write this diary and journal, and then they just took it and gave it to the press, and they said, "Look at this slut. Look, she's all the people she's had sex with."
Yeah, they're just trying to paint a picture of her being a horrid person.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. And so, and they also painted the picture like, look, she has no remorse. Her best friend was murdered. She's not even crying. She's like, she knew this person for 2 weeks. She shared an apartment with them, and after she got acquitted on the knife evidence, once that investigation went away, they tried to get her again by saying, with circumstantial evidence, basically putting her on trial for her reactions and her behavior after the murder, saying this is how it behaved. She would have had to do it.
That's messed up.
That is
is it still unsolved?
No, they actually have convicted the guy who did it, and they did it while she was in prison, but they tried to get so once they found the guy who did it and they convicted him, he's free now. He's out of prison now. The guy that
of course
did do it.
Great prison systems.
Yeah, we love it.
They tried to say that Amanda and her boyfriend had something to do with it. Still,
wow, that is wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the guy got out of prison in November last year.
Oh.
So
well,
that one, it kind of makes your blood boil. That one, because anyone watching it, it's just it's clear that she didn't do it.
God, that's rough.
Yeah.
Thank you to our wonderful Patreons that support the show. I just want to bring a cheery note back to the episode because that was getting a bit dark. Thank you to the wonderful Jai Perry.
And I did watch the one about the husband that killed his wife and 2 children in America. Yeah, that one's good because of all the actual real footage they have of police body cam, because it only happened 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, that was a pretty recent one, and he was helping, really helping with the investigation and everything.
Yeah, it was it's to the point where they've got all the body cam footage of the cop who originally went to the house, and there's moments where the cop, they go to the neighbor's house because the neighbor's yeah, my security cameras are always recording everything. I can see if I picked up anything in the morning, any cars leaving. And so the neighbor gets the cop over who originally was there, and then the husband was over. They're all watching the footage together. And the cop's all right, I'll come. He sends the husband home. He goes, I'll come talk to you later. And the neighbor just turns to the cop, goes, he's acting weird. He's he's always quiet. He's he's just running his mouth over here at the moment. And the cop's well, we don't know. It's the situation he could be in. And the neighbor's yeah, but it's weird. So
yeah.
Damn.
And you've got all the footage of inside the interrogation room where you watch him fail his polygraph test, and then they confront him about it, and he's really a piece of shit. Obviously anyone who murders their family is a piece of shit, but he goes to the point where he fails a polygraph test, and then he goes to confess. But what he confessed at first, he goes, he goes, my wife smothered the 2 children, so I did the same to her. Where that's not it at all. He killed his wife and then he smothered his children.
God.
So
fucking hell.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit, and he's in jail for life. So that's good.
Yeah.
God damn. Anyone else watched any documentaries recently?
No.
Oh yes. Yes, I have.
No.
We woke Kristen up.
Well. I
was
awakened by someone else this week. And that someone was yay. Praise to the highest. Kanye West, if no one's familiar.
For you uncultured people.
Yeah. So documentary out on Netflix. There's mixed feelings at first by me and other people I know, because we're where's this coming from? A lot of people have interesting ideas about Kanye West. Yeah. And not many people know him very well at all. They just hear the headlines.
I don't think he knows himself, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that also. But yeah, this documentary is actually it's been going. It's been in the makes for over 10 years. It's a close friend of his who started filming him back in the really early days, when he was first just making beats for Jay-Z and other famous up and coming rappers of the time. I'm just trying to find the title.
Tyra Cruz, all the big ones.
Yeah, title of the doco.
Did no one hear my Tyra Cruz joke?
It's
No.
genius.
So the first, they're not episodes, they're acts. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
Yes.
And Act 1 is Vision. And this is like him way back in the day. Like he's literally just living in a house with a few other people and just making beats and trying to get taken seriously, like as a rapper, because everyone takes his beats seriously. Like Jay-Z's got like hits that Kanye produced.
But I was gonna say, like, Kanye was real good back in the day, like early days.
But no one will hear him rap. No one will take him seriously. And it's at the time he didn't have the gangster persona that other rappers of the time did, which was what was selling, because it was obviously much before this culture was what it is today, which is the mainstream. Yeah, at the time it wasn't mainstream hip hop. It was a sideshow, and it was, you know, gangster. And so Kanye was like a really nice, friendly guy, like Christian, loving Christian, good like ideals. Yeah. So
sane.
Sane. The record industry did not snap him up, even though he was creating like literal fire. And just seeing first of all, just the different universe that it was back then. It seems like a different planet, like just the era being like 90s, early 2000s. And just seeing him before anything is amazing. Scenes with him and his mother as well, who's now passed. Big part of who he is, obviously. My friend who's a big fan was saying he was like tearing up all through the scenes with his mother, because his mother is like the most genuine supporting person I've ever seen. She says a really, really interesting quote to him. She says, when giants look in the mirror, they see nothing. And it's very interesting. It's to do with him, obviously, because to be a rapper and to be that persona, you have to be full of yourself. Yeah. So that was advice to him to do with along those lines. And so interesting. So interesting. I would jump on it, especially if you're into hip hop culture at all.
Yeah, I think definitely the most interesting era of everything to do with Kanye West, to me at least, is definitely that early era. So I feel like I'll definitely at least watch Act 1, or Act 1 Vision.
Yeah. So Act 1 finishes with his record deal with Rockefeller, which is the first huge company to take him on. So number 2, he will be big. So number 2 is going to be a very different vibe, I think. And I think that comes out tomorrow.
Okay, cool. I'll probably watch 1 and 2. And then if number 3 is about like more recent stuff, I'll just be like,
I want to see,
come on.
even if
the recent
even
stuff's the most interesting.
The recent stuff is
that's going to be so interesting.
I want to see behind the scenes of the presidential campaign. If there's some footage of that, that'll be interesting. Very interesting.
Look, we know there's not going to be any skate stuff because that's in progress.
There's not going to be anything to do with Pete Davidson or the current or the divorce. I'm sure this would have been finalized at least a year or more ago. I'm sure.
This be at least pre-production for a year, post-production for a year or two. But Kanye, man, Kanye's funny when he's like, I don't want to say when he's on his meds and he's like, just like his quick one-liners. Have you seen the interview with him and Kim that they're doing? And she talks about how she's never used their pool in their house, and he's like, what do you mean we don't have he's like, what do you mean you have never used our pool? We've been living here for years. It's like $1 million pool. She goes, yeah, but like, can you believe we don't have a jacuzzi? And he goes, can you believe that we don't have a jacuzzi, to the camera?
I've seen
Kanye
that,
and Kim's interactions are great. There was like an MTV Cribs thing, and like Kim is just playing to the camera, like, you know, all the fake shit, and Kanye is just there playing with his kids and just does not want to be filmed at all. And they're like, Kanye, what's the best part about being a dad? And he's like, the kids. Just goes back to playing with his kids.
My God.
Oh,
bless. So God, I hope he's okay, and I hope the media don't push him too far.
Yeah, we shall see. And, you know, with this documentary out, we'll see how it plays into...
We don't have a jacuzzi.
We don't have a jacuzzi.
certainly, yeah, we'll see how these other two parts play out. Because I'm hoping we get the full behind the scenes picture of some of the controversies. We're definitely going to see behind the scenes of the famous Taylor Swift controversy.
That will be interesting.
That will
Beyonce
be
had
beautiful.
one of the best music videos of
all time.
And if anyone hasn't watched those two videos, it's true. Like, he was right. Someone needed to stand up and say that. Whether at the time
I just remember
whether taking the microphone from Taylor was the right decision is another story.
I just remember all the memes that came out after that, and like SNL just ran with it.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm pretty sure
it was finish.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was right before their like 50th anniversary where they did a big live show, and they got like Mike Myers and Dana Carvey back to do Wayne's World again. And like they got Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg to
was a
like
great
do stuff
special
together. That was good, and they did that, and that was just before it happened, so that heavily featured in that night.
Yeah, can't wait to see how it plays out and how the public image of Kanye continues.
Music award shows go crazy. We all remember when Nicki just fucking went at Miley in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chris, you've been watching something else. You've been watching a second season of a show.
I watched like 2 episodes of Space Force, and I'm not about it.
See, I watched season 1. Season 1 I watched all of, and even while watching it, I went, this isn't very good, but for some reason I'm clicking next episode, even though
I only laughed at like maybe the chimp in space in season 1.
Steve Carell's doing a weird thing with his voice in it to me. Like, Steve Carell's voice is just, he's trying to do this like this like really like military voice like this, and I'm just like, this isn't funny.
I'm just so surprised to see the people that were involved. Now to hear it's the Office director, which I wouldn't have known because it's awful.
That's the thing. I was like, when it first was coming out, I was like, oh, Steve Carell in like a space theme, like, show.
This would be good.
I'm in. I think I barely scraped it to the end of episode 1, and I was like, fuck this.
Because
this
you've
shit.
Like, and not only do you have Steve Carell and John Malkovich, you got Ben Schwartz in it.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me that. I remember you when we first talked about it, Choppy.
You've got Jin
like,
Yang,
Jin Yang,
pretty decent.
Jin Yang.
Eric is dead.
I have Bucket.
Eric is fat like a pig, so I have. It's so good. Everyone just watched.
But Jin Yang, like, I can't explain it. How is this the Office director? I want to say that it's the Netflix machine.
It is.
Coin you said earlier.
Definitely.
They're throwing money at things, and somehow even
There's
you get a good director, you throw money at it, and it's not gonna turn out well. Like,
there's no quality control in my.
There are hands involved here that are just not coming through.
I'm looking at it again, and look who the 2 head writers kind of are. Steve Carell is one of them.
But that's what I feel like. I feel like maybe originally on paper it's funny, but
are they
somehow
phoning it in?
What it's becoming condensed down to in the end is not it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's the timing.
It could be a further pipipeline thing.
Because a lot of it's a bit slapstick. And I think it could be just the timing, just other elements which are not leading into it at all.
I think what it is too is that you only have half of the writing team, half of the 2 who created Parks and Rec and The Office. You're missing Michael Schur, who is famously in The Office playing Dwight's cousin Mose. You ever want to know who Michael Schur is? He plays Dwight's cousin. He plays Mose in.
Is Novak in it, writing it?
No. What, in Space Force?
Yeah.
Nah, it's nowhere near. Literally in Space Force, the only people I recognize is Carell and now what is half of the Office and Parks and Rec crew.
Carell probably just ad-libbed some lines better than anything else, and they put him on the writer's ticket.
So, yeah, that's I already wasn't gonna watch season 2, and now I'm definitely not gonna watch season 2.
Oof.
Acting's bad too, real bad. Even Jin Yang in a part in season 2, I was like, your voice just changed halfway through a sentence. Like,
Jin Yang, man, that actor's so underrated. He used to be in more things.
Yeah.
Like every time I watch a show, he's the best part. Or an episode that he appears in, he's one of the best parts. Like he's in the Flowers for Charlie episode of Always Sunny, and he's talking Mandarin, fake Mandarin to Charlie Day, which is just so funny.
Of course, this is complete gibberish.
That's so good. Another great episode. I think Charlie's the best character in Always Sunny, but he's not my favorite.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
that was a hot
the only other Always
Space
Sunny.
Force. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, the only Always Sunny person was Chris, so I was waiting for Chris's response.
Yeah, Chris didn't say anything, and I was just like, "Oh no!" Did I anger Chris by saying Charlie's the best character in the show?
No, but you could at any point in time. I probably said every character is the best at one point, except for D.
Yeah, I feel like he's
the best giant bird. He's the best giant bird.
Yeah, I think when I look at it, it's just like I think Charlie's the audience's favorite, like general audience's favorite character.
Well, he's been catapulted into Hollywood the most.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even when you listen to their podcast, he always talks about how he's like, oh, so I was at Jason Bateman's office and I was talking to Jason Sudeikis, and the other two are just like, oh, we get it.
We get it. You're big and famous. You're in the Mario movie.
You're in Pacific Rim. Whoa.
Dude, I'm so excited for all right, Charlie Day in Pacific Rim 2. Mwah. But I'm excited. Have you heard he came out this week and said that he wants to do a Luigi Mansion movie?
Oh my god, that's fun.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, like out of all of
him
the
in
ones,
character searching for ghosts.
Let's be honest, out of all of those castings, like Chris Pratt, great meme. Seth Rogen, great meme.
I was about to say, like, wait, what are you saying?
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Just meme.
But like,
dude, I am waiting every day for a trailer to drop. Dude, I cannot wait.
The only one I look at and go is there's two. So I think you have to go Jack Black and Bowser.
Yeah,
that'll be
and
fun.
you go Charlie Day and Luigi.
Because I just imagine Charlie with the mustache and the hat, and he's there. He's got the cadence, everything. Like,
I've never been more excited for a movie ever.
It's perfect casting for that. Like
why
honestly.
did none of us put this on our most anticipated of the year? Because
I think because of Chris Pratt. I'm so nervous about it. I need a trailer to drop so that we can have a Sonic the Hedgehog moment.
Could you imagine if they lied to us and it's live action? If like they just like it's
Illumination and producing it, but it's actually live action.
It's live action. Like
wow.
I think
I saw a thing the other day, like out of all like 13 Illumination movies, their only film above like a 60 on Rotten Tomatoes is Despicable Me.
The first one?
Yeah, the first one. That's the only film they have above a 60.
They did Minion. They got Minions, and then they just ran for that for 4 years. And then they went, maybe we should move on and do some stuff with pets.
Yeah, let's do pets. Let's do the Grinch.
Yeah. Oh God, I've never seen that Grinch film.
I haven't seen it either.
Wait, no, yes, we have. We watched.
Yeah, we did. We did it for
I wish we didn't watch
Christmas
it. We watched
commentaries.
it, Brayden. We did. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember a single thing.
I don't remember anything about. I don't remember what.
Was I even there?
Yeah, you were. We all were. I just sat here and told you I hadn't seen it, and I had.
That's how memorable it is.
What did we watch?
We watched the
No,
Benedict Cumberbatch.
No,
this is in the second lot we did.
Did we do this in the second lot?
Oh,
yeah,
the Grinch.
The Benedict Cumberbatch one.
Yeah, I remember that.
The Tyler the Creator one.
It was Pharrell Williams.
Yeah.
The voice.
Oh my!
And there was the Tyler Creator song that was really like just weird.
We did
The
that.
fact that this is only like just over a year ago is even worse.
We purged that.
We did a full
We
commentary.
really purged that from our memory.
That's it, folks. We're retiring from the podcast and we're clearly too old to remember what we've even done.
Oh my God. I can't.
We watched Planes, Trains, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Do I finally come out and say on the podcast we did a full day of recording and the SD card got corrupted and we lost them?
Oh, I forgot. I didn't know that. I probably was told that.
No, because I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want anyone to get mad.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Man.
What did we lose?
We lost 4 days worth of chemistry tracks. So
my
we got the
God.
Grinch. Everyone, thank God we still got the Grinch. Here's
There it
evidence that we
is.
did it.
What do we do?
So, I don't know,
We did
but
Planes, Train, Grinch. We
so
watched.
here's what we got. We got day 1, Christmas Chronicles. All right, day 2, Harold
That
and
was
Kumar.
great.
Harold and
Harold
Kumar,
and Kumar
very.
was great.
Day 3, The Grinch. Day 4, Why Him. Day 5, Planes, Trains. Day 6, Better Watch Out. Day 10, Merry Madagascar. Day 11, The Night Before Christmas. Day 12, Christmas with the Cranks. We lost day 9, 8, and 7 somewhere, but I remember what 2 of them were. Oh, one of them was definitely no. Do you know what we lost? We lost Gremlins. We lost Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, that one's not so. I'm not too sad about the Charlie Brown one, but
And we lost
Gremlins,
another Christmas one. We lost Gremlins.
Lost Gremlins. That's sad because I'd never
That
seen that
is.
before, and that was first.
No, I
experience.
hadn't either. That was.
Oh, that is a sad one to lose.
Well, I low-key want to go back and listen to the Grinch commentary track.
I
Who's in it?
swear to God, I
You
don't
had
think
fun.
I'm even on it.
I'm here with. I'm Alex, by the way. Merry Christmas, I guess. This is day 3 of the Christmas commentary.
We sound very excited.
binge.
12 days of Christmas.
12 days. Yep, that's it.
2.0.
Michael Bay.
2.0. Year 2.
Every
The reckoning. Every second year.
Christmas
Every
Day.
second year. Every second year. This is emotionally and physically draining.
It drains
task.
you.
We have to do it again
Okay.
this year, by the way.
By the way, I'm here with Mark
Oh, yep.
Hello.
and Chris.
Hello.
No one else.
Oh,
That's it.
it's just us 3.
See,
Just us.
I wasn't there. I do not remember the movie because I wasn't
Oh.
there. There we
Wait,
go.
That makes it worse for me and Alex.
because Steph joined halfway through. Do you remember Steph joined in halfway through? Why him? I think she rocked up.
Oh, we did. Yeah, I remember why him.
Oh, we were upstairs, weren't we?
Yeah,
And we had to squish the chair in for her.
yeah.
And it was like real hot. Yeah.
Do you guys realize that now we've remembered this? We said we do it every second year, so now we got to at the end of this year we got to do the 12 days again.
Oh, we have to
Do you
find
know what's great?
movies.
Do you know what's great? We can always change rules, you know? Oh.
Rules are meant to be changed and broken, guys.
The
So
3
if we
days
just
of
veto,
Christmas.
can we just continuously every year veto the continuation of 12 Days of
The
Christmas?
12 hours of Christmas. We just get 12 hours. We pick movies. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
still like 4
it's
movies.
a total of like it's like 4 movies.
4 or
it's
5
fine.
movies. So
Yeah, I'm down.
But
I
does
had
that
my
mean one of
homemade
them-
snuggie on.
There might be a movie that cuts off like 3/4 of the way to hit a 12,
Start the
12
next
hour
one.
mark.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're starting. Yeah. We got to do the Christmas Chronicles too.
Yep.
Did we ever do Home Alone 2? That seems like one that's a
No.
shoe in.
I think
No,
I
I don't
think we
think we
I
did
think
Home
we'll have
Alone 2.
some
I think we
sequels.
did
I think
Home
we'll have
Alone.
some sequels this time around. I
Sequels
think that's gonna-
definitely.
We
Hmm.
did all of the Santa Claus, didn't we?
Yeah.
We burnt that.
Mm,
We burnt that out.
Yeah.
We
Yes,
burned that
because
bridge.
we did the first one, then we went and we're like, wouldn't it be funny if we just didn't do the second one? And so we went
Yep.
and did the third one, and then the movie. Then we were going to do A Wonderful Life, and we went, we don't want to do A Wonderful Life. We'll just do the Santa
No, we
Claus
don't.
2.
Yeah.
So it was out of order. So we did 1, 3, and then 2.
I would think you would block
Oh,
out
yeah.
Santa Claus series rather than the Grinch.
You know,
Nah.
Santa Claus series are excellent. That's,
That's
cinema.
real good.
Perfection.
what's the actor's name again? It's Home Improvement Man, right?
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Yeah, Tim
Tim
Allen.
Allen.
Oh,
Tim
I don't
Allen
know
and
if-
Martin Short in the third one is the match.
dude, that third one is lit.
third
Is that
one's
the
great.
is he
It's
like Jack
something.
Frost or something?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yep. Okay, I have seen that.
yeah, that's
Well, I didn't expect us to talk Christmas movies in end of February.
into February. Don't worry,
Well,
guys.
you
we've
know,
got
Christmas is
10
coming.
months.
It's coming around soon.
Oh, can we do 12 Days of Christmas in July?
No.
That's the middle of like uni time, dude. I can't do that.
I won't be at uni then. I'll be done by then.
Oh, wait, is that? Oh, is that? If that's the mid-semester break, I'm down.
What did we lose? What
I
did we
veto.
lose?
I just want to.
How long have we been
Right.
doing?
The original list is super different. We changed a lot halfway through.
Did we?
Yeah, so
I
the
reckon
original-
we chopped and changed things depending on how we felt.
So we originally were going to end with Die Hard 2, but we didn't.
Oh,
We never. Yeah, we for some reason decided not to do Die Hard.
So
I
you-
was
do you wanna hear
wondering.
the
I
original
reckon we
list?
did. I reckon we did things
I've got
because we
the
were like
original
we
list.
need to find a short movie.
Oh
I
my
think we had
God.
to find something shorter or something.
Yeah, so we did.
yeah. So we watched
the-
like Shrek the Holes and shit, didn't we?
I think Shrek
Yeah.
Halls is the one
We did a
missed.
couple of specials. We
lost
did
that.
a couple of specials in the
Yeah.
middle. Charlie Brown, Shrek the Halls, the Merry Madagascar because they were short.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've done the Christmas. So the original list was Christmas Chronicles, The Grinch, A Very Howell and Kumar Christmas, Gremlins, Arthur Christmas, Batman Returns, Home Alone 2, Jingle All the Way, Holiday, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Christmas with the Cranks, and Die Hard 2.
Yes,
I remember
quite
Christmas
a few.
with the Cranks.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
So we definitely did.
Out. We didn't do Holiday.
We didn't do Batman Returns. We didn't do Home Alone. We didn't do Jingle All the Way. We didn't do Arthur
We
Christmas.
did Batman Returns at a different time, didn't we?
Yeah, but we're going to do the return.
Of Batman Returns.
The return of Batman Returns.
Wonderful.
We should probably end this episode at some point.
And on that note,
Merry Christmas, everyone.
I think it's been Merry Christmas. I think it's the most festive we've been in like 6 months. So
thumbnail has to be covered in Christmas stuff. I'll
put some Christmas stuff at the thumbnail. Yeah.
Were we this festive at the end of last year?
No, I think
this is more hype than there was. Yeah, but then there was an actual Christmas.
Yeah.
Should we bring it back? Should we bring Christmas back, guys?
Bring Christmas back. It's the 22nd of February.
We will record a Christmas commentary track very soon.
Yeah.
Just one. Just one. Just one.
Just one.
Okay.
Just one.
Just one.
Is there any Easter comment? Can we do Passion of the Christ for Easter?
Passion of the Christ and Hop.
Brayden,
double duo.
I was about to say, let's do a double feature, and that was going to be my exact same thing.
Yeah, and then we'll just watch Sonic the Hedgehog because it's the same movie.
Lock it in. Are we locking in? Lock in Passion of the Christ and Hop. Bit of Mel Gibson and Russell Brand.
Just.
I'm trying to drink water.
Cut that.
Oh my god! Find us on your podcast service of choice. Subscribe on YouTube, like the video, share the whole thing with your friends. Let us know your favorite Christmas movie
or Easter film.
Yeah, give us Easter film recommendations if there's something we haven't thought of.
You can't beat Passion of the Christ.
We can do the 4 days of Easter.
Can we? Can we choose a film that correlates with what happened? So like,
oh my god,
when Jesus returned.
Passion of the Christ.
So we do Passion of the Christ on the Good Friday, obviously.
Oh my god.
And then what do we choose?
Obviously Sunday. I guess Hop would be Easter Sunday.
Can we do the Ewan McGregor Jesus film?
What are we doing?
Yeah, that would fit.
What are we doing all the days he's in the cave?
Watch
Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah, watch Underground Caving
Journey
movies.
to the Center of the Earth. Buried.
What's the one
with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Watch Buried. Oh no.
And as always, I'm Brayden.
I'm Alex.
I'm Michael.
I'm Christian.
We're out of here. Let's fucking play the tune and go.
Right.
We nailed that ending.
Oh, that was a good ending. That was a very good ending. Oh, ow.
Yeah, that was one of those moments.
Oh.